Whoa, what? 1.11, 1.12 just came out. Look at this button. What does this button do? Hang on. Ha, ha, ha. Interesting. Interesting. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Skyblock. Like I said, look at the top left corner. 1.12. We can read. YouTube, we can read. Sometimes. So 1.12 came out, and one of the biggest features that, that we're going to see in Skyblock, because we're not going to get, like, what are they, parrots? We're not going to get parrots here. I know, I'm sad too. I want a poly too, chat. Okay, anyway, what are the features that we're going to get here in Skyblock? Is, we're also going to see some slight recolors to wool, but we're going to get this new recipe book type thing, and look, I'm going to answer your question before you ask it, because I know that everybody's going to ask, what do I think about the book thing? I think it's awesome. Honestly, I think it's great. Sure, it might be a little counterintuitive, it might be strange, but look, whenever we are so entrenched, we are so accustomed, like you and I, right? We've been here playing Minecraft for eons, millennia. We've built great structures that mankind will discover thousands of years from now and be like, damn, dude, that's pretty cool looking. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Look at that. Look, it just makes monsters like poo-poo out of the sky. It's awesome. Look, we're so accustomed to knowing everything that goes into this little 2x2 window and the 3x3 window right there. But somebody new that wants to pick up the game, or somebody that has a bad memory, is going to struggle, and they're going to have to alt-tab all the time. I'm looking this way because that's where my alt-tab is. I don't know. Alt-tab. You go slightly up and to the right. Alt-tab. You might not remember the beginning of your experience in Minecraft, but every time you wanted to make something new, whether it was a hopper, a chest, a stair, some glass panes, furnaces, I mean everything we see in this world, at one time we had to Google search to figure out how to build that. And alt-tabbing out of the game to figure out how to build stuff, it pulls you away. It's annoying. It's tedious. It's sure, we can remember nostalgically the rough times when like nobody knew anything, but this button, I mean, it hopefully will bring about a new generation of Minecrafters, a new people that felt like becoming the game was too steep to learn. This button, I think, will do great for the young audience and the new audience. And old people like me, my birthday was like a week ago now. Old people like me, it helped with our fading memories. It'll help us remember all of the crazy recipes. And I think it'll also be really cool for the mod community, or plugin community, whatever you want to call it, because they'll be able to say, like I don't know, before we had magma blocks, there were tons of mods, plugins that implemented like spikes, which essentially did the same thing, and it was cool. And obviously Mojang thought that it was cool enough to implement in their roundabout way. And if I were to download the plugin for spikes, for example, which basically has the same functionality as the new magma blocks, I would have to revisit that plugins page, and so now I have to alt-tab up and to the right a little bit. Remember, up and to the right, up and to the right. I've got to alt-tab to go find the recipe to build, I don't know, like item frames and trapped chests, which, like, when's the last time you crafted a tripwire hook? Like, I don't know, man. I don't even craft them that often. I just get them out of my fish farm, which is still working in 1.12, by the way. I'm really happy about that. Anyway, like, it just condensing that all and bringing it into a nice, clean UI. And obviously, I haven't unlocked very much, so in today's episode, we might see a lot of stuff here. But I think it's great. I think it's great. I think it's great. Thanks. This is our 50th episode of Skyblock. YouTube, I'm really proud of this world. I really like how it's coming together. I like how it looks. I like how everything functions. 1.12 hasn't broken anything obvious yet. I haven't seen anything that's just died. Don't die on me, world, please. So Jonathan P suggested that we do a quick Google search told me that it's called a semi-centennial when it's half of 100. Which, I mean, 50, we could do math sometimes. So a semi-centennial, so we could do a semi-centennial. I don't know if that's the right thing. Google, don't lie to me. Don't break on me either. I'm looking at you. Alt-tab. Alt-tab. So a semi-centennial world tour. I don't know, where should we get started? I guess we've already kind of touched on this over here with the magma block. So this world tour Skyblock will start with our mob farm. Where to start? Up here we have, let's see, we have 3 platforms that spawn mobs in darkness, in pure darkness. That's why there's kind of like the chutes there and there. So we have these darkness chutes, 3 layers of mob spawning, and then we have Piston Worms, which are just like worms of pistons. They're pistons that can push and pull each other and create a left-right motion. So essentially, imagine me, the player, is a piston, and it's a wall of pistons. I'll do this. And eventually, you can see how I move all the way to the left, and then eventually it would do the same thing to the right, and this pushes the mobs off to the left and right, which is why we have these 2 chutes. And so the 2 chutes then drop the mobs onto the magma blocks. The magma blocks kill any chickens and any feather falling creatures, so they then die. We have around back here. Oh, what is this? A new recipe unlocked? Check your recipe book. Oh, we got bone meal. Oh, and it just tells me. Do I want to click it? Okay, I clicked it. New recipes unlocked. I already did that one. Okay, light gray dye. Okay, well, anyway, Minecraft, you're messing up my world tour. So back here, we have, you can see a hopper minecart that goes around and through and underneath the magma blocks. There's those magma blocks again. And it feeds into a very specialty type of item filter. Because we can't use comparators in Skyblock, we have to use a different type of item filter. So what we're doing is we are putting the items into the hopper one at a time. And then what we'll do is we see that there's a clock running here in the back. It unpowers and powers the hoppers asymmetrically. So this hopper's on while this hopper is off. And then all the hoppers vertically are on, off, and then, you know, they come back up and around and on, off, etc. So when this guy is on, this guy is off, and then it swaps, this guy turns off, and this guy turns on. And what that does is the items move into the hoppers behind these chests. You can see them back there just a little bit. They get pulled into the hopper, and then the hopper has enough time to see if the item in it, inside the hopper, can be placed into the chest. Well, because we have our chest filled with a very specific set of items, only items that could stack with what's in the chest, and therefore only stackable items work with this, will go into their corresponding chest. And then they cycle up and around until they get sorted, and then anything that can't be sorted, or, I mean, you saw we have too much rotten flesh, it just gets pooed out into the bottom of the world. There's just a dispenser facing downward. You can see it a little bit right there. See, there was a bone. There was an arrow. There was an arrow. We don't need those anymore. We have an infinity bow. But, like, we don't need bones. It's all full. We only use bones on, like, the... Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so that's a mob farm. Let's take a look at this. We've got 2 sort of farms like this. This is pumpkin farm. New recipe unlocked. Thank you, video game. This is pumpkin farm. Just a single cell pumpkin farm. Pumpkin grows. The redstone from the lever is pushed through the repeater, and it's a repeater, not redstone dust, so it doesn't shut off the hopper. The piston, or excuse me, the repeater then powers the pumpkin, which then powers the piston, The piston connected to all the slime lifts, which lifts the redstone block here, which then powers the redstone repeater in the back, which destroys the pumpkin, which powers the piston, which destroys the pumpkin, thus resetting the farm. So let's see that a couple more times. Yeah? Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Okay. And we have one more of this. We have one built over here with melons, but I'm actually not going to destroy a melon because, you know, it's a loss. But just imagine, it works the same way. Right here, we've got a chicken farm. I actually do need to go in through this. You guys keep yelling at me about it, and I appreciate that so much greatly. We need to name our chickens for a reason I'll show you later. But the chicken farm is pretty great. Chickens lay eggs. The hopper collects it. There is, right now, I think, nope, it's turned on. Cool. So there is a clock in the back that spits the eggs out into this lower container right here. And you can see we've got some baby chicks. And even though it looks like their head is inside the water, if I hit F3P, no, wait, what is it? Is it F3B? There we go. F3B. You can see that their hitbox is actually not touching the water. But the hitbox for a regular chicken is considerably larger. So whenever these baby chicks reach adulthood, they drown, or there's not a bucket in there. Well, there's supposed to be a bucket in there. You could imagine the water would be picked up, and then we could put down lava. Is there lava in this? Nope, there's not lava in there either. Okay, well, that's fine. The chickens would drown, which then drops us raw chicken, feathers, and then I keep a little bit of extra eggs in there in order to, like, in case anything happens or in case we want some more chickens. This is a charcoal farm. So what you do is we put, I'm going to go grab some wood. I'll actually run this. So we're going to grab 27 blocks of wood, and we'll put the wood into this hopper here, and we can see that the wood immediately starts cooking itself, right? So what's great about this is we flip the lever, and that turns the clock on, which basically allows the charcoal that's going to be created out of the furnace to get pushed up, and then it gets placed into this chest. Now, what makes this so awesome is the furnace obviously needs fuel in order to continue to cook the wood. It pulls the fuel out of the chest and it fuels itself, which means that as long as you're putting in a decent amount of charcoal, I can't really get a line of sight on this. There, you can kind of see that hopper right there. It's underneath the chest and it's placed into the side of the furnace. So yeah, it infinitely perpetuates itself. It's wonderful. Let's see, what else do we have? This world is awesome. I'm in love. We've got an AFK Cobblestone Generator. We use our 1 block of lava. We split it into 2, so that way it increases the speed at which it flows, just to improve the rates ever so slightly. And we obviously can destroy the cobblestone there. Cobblestone gets filled into this chest, and then that chest would be filled with pickaxes, but I need to refill it. And then we would flip on this lever, which turns on a clock. We could see the clock right here. Oh, hey! Oh, look at that! I just got an achievement and recipes unlocked. Okay, apparently there were a bunch of cobblestone pickaxes in there. There should be a door here, but we need to fix it up. There was there's a little bit of oddity now, but I'll fix it later. I'll fix it later. It's not that big of a deal. So that's good. That's where we get all of our cobblestone from, and obviously we're using a lot. This here is a mini farm. We can see it work. I'll just grab some carrots. New recipes unlocked. So I simply step right here. You can see the dust is beginning to span down along with the water, and then I just hold right click, and we just get infinite amounts of carrots. As long as we have bone meal to put into the mini farm, it works. It's beautiful. We have our 1 point, I don't remember what, fish farm over here. We don't need to see that. This is pretty great. You just aim, you can just ever so slightly see the, you see the like little silvery grid of 4 right there on the piston head. You can just aim at that, and you hold right click. And then the tripwire hooks will catch the bobber, and then you, the player, interact with the trap door. But whenever the bobber gets pulled down, it pulls it out of the tripwire, which then pushes the piston up, therefore the trap door up, which allows you, the player, to reel in the fish. And we know there's a fish on the bobber because it had to get pulled down somehow, which is right. And that's how it works. And we can see that it works great. It works fantastically. So yeah, there's that. This is my little baby mushroom farm. It's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. I call it, what do I call it? I can't remember. Not fertilizer, a recycler, something. Basically, we put all of our trash in here, and then there is a clock in the back that is it's a dispenser facing downward onto a, oh hey, look at that. It actually just triggered. That only happens once every 5 minutes. That was great. Thanks, video game. So that don't, the dispenser faces a pressure plate downward. The item it shoots out exists for 5 minutes and despawns after that 5-minute interval. On that 5-minute interval, it then sends out a redstone signal, which sends out a new item, and it also pushes out some pistons, which are behind this and this cobblestone brick, which then would destroy any mushroom growth we might have gotten. And you can see it's trucking away. We've got, 53 red mushrooms and like several stacks of brown mushrooms, and I intentionally make it so that way it makes more browns than reds, because browns are more useful. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so we covered all of my mini farms, my mini farms. We had an episode dedicated to this a while back. We've covered all of the mini farms. We could drop down here into the storage room. This guy's relatively new. It's nice. We basically have our anvils down here. We have our crafting. Oh, look at that! The crafting table has the book too. I didn't know that. That was news to me. We've got our crafting table, furnaces, anvils. We've got like tons of, what is this? So this would be 6 double chests. So this turns into 6, 12, which makes 24 double chests. It's pretty well organized. I've got, this is where I get all my gold from. Right, you get the idea. It's pretty good. And take a look over here. This is where I get all of my emeralds, YouTube. This is great. So this is my villager trading hall. We have, under here, we have 2 villagers that are constantly breeding with each other. And all the way down there, I should probably put a trapdoor on this. That makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? So anyway, all the way down there, we have and you can just see like his shoulder. We have a villager that is looking at 6 village houses. Well, because he only sees 1 villager in the 6 villager houses, he sends out a signal to all the nearby villagers, telling them, we have more houses than villagers, breed. And so they start trying to breed. Well, these guys can't see the houses down there. The houses can't see the villagers. It's a little bit weird. They can't see the houses can't see them, so they'll breed infinitely. So that's what these 2 are doing. They're the only 2 that we allow to connect. So then whenever they have a baby, he goes down into some water pathways below. Whenever that baby hits adulthood, he then gets sent up this water chute, up and around and over top each one of these containers. Each one of these cells is kind of appropriately named. And if we like the villager that ends up in the cell, we keep them. If we don't, well, we kill them. And we have a bulk overflow. Basically, this whenever it turns on, if all of our cells are full, just drowns any new villagers that we might get. It's a little brutal, but it's a video game. What you gonna do? So each one of these villagers is different. It's unique. Each one has a great trade for us. I have, hand chosen every single one of these villagers, and if I didn't like them, I got rid of them and kept getting rid of them until we got a new one that was great. So this guy's the cleric. We sell rotten flesh to him. We buy redstone, lapis, ender pearls. We don't really need the ender pearls. Our mob farm is actually one of the very few overworld mob farms that I've ever seen that, handles ender pearls like it's nothing. We have, sorry, I'm off on a tangent right now. This mob, look at that. Look at this. Boom. That's a full double chest of ender pearls. Just no questions. Just no questions. It's best mob farm chat. So anyway, with this guy, we could buy all sorts of, I mean, we get all the cleric stuff. This is the Fletcher, who we sell our string to. This is the Butcher, who we buy food, which we don't really need, but we sell pork chop. And realistically, we sell chicken, because we have that chicken farm over there. This is the Toolsmith. He sells us diamond pickaxes, which I probably need to make a new one soon. The Librarian sells paper from a sugarcane farm, which we'll get to in a minute. Farmer basically handles our mini farms. And he also handles pumpkins and melons, which is pretty great. He is one of our most profitable villagers. Weaponsmith, pretty obvious. He's going to give us our swords and our axes. And then the Armorer gives us our diamond chest piece, but he's broken. What? What happened to you? Why did you lose your trade, buddy? Or is this wrong? This is tools. Huh. Okay, maybe we need to go through an armorer soon. So yeah, this is what this is. So this is our villager trading hall. We've got some little rooms on the side for storage. The upper area for this villager trading hall, eventually we're going to build this into like a Hall of Faces sort of thing, which is the Game of Thrones reference. I'm basically I'm gonna bring in some like maybe player heads, or maybe we just use like wither skeleton heads. I'm not sure yet. But for all of the people that like support us on Patreon and stuff like that, I'm gonna basically create like an area for all of their heads. It's just like a small way of saying thanks, man, because after the YouTube adpocalypse, man, I still haven't seen, I'm still like down. Like, I think I'm still down like 60%, man. It's hard. It's hard. So we're just, as a way of saying thanks to the people that make this possible, we're going to put some rooms here. And then at the top of this, we're going to put like an ice farm. Hopefully a fully AFK ice farm. Something that, like, I can just fill it with silk touch tools and then, like, AFK overnight and have so much ice I'll never know what to do with it. Yeah, that's great. Over here, this is our passive mob spawner, along with the sugarcane farm, along with our tree farm. So it's interesting. I don't know really the aesthetic design that we're going to make with this tower. That tower over there is going to be like red and black, and it's going to look like death, and it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be really creepy. It's going to be great. This is obviously Iron Golem. This is probably going to look similar. These three will probably look similar to each other, but this one will look like death. This one, I don't know. I don't know how we want to make it look. When that guy gets done, it'll be like a kind of, I don't know, like a scary Hershey's Kiss sort of thing. So this, we might actually kind of just emphasize the shape that we have here. I mean, their shape is similar, but if that guy turns into a Hershey's Kiss, then this guy can kind of be the upside down U. It'll be all right. So anyway, just two dirt blocks for trees, because if you know Skyblock, dirt is ridiculously rare. So we've got dirt and dirt. Oh, look at this. The color palette has changed for the wool and the carpet. Interesting. I don't know if I like it. Chat, what do you think? Do you like the new color palette? No. Anyway, we got two trees here. That's just where we get our wood from. On the left side here, we've got this is a passive mob farm. It's just kind of it's a work in progress. We're not really sure if we like it yet. It's getting there. I mean, it works. We can see that, like, I mean, I have stuff, and like, to make sure that it didn't, like, I wasn't counting old stuff, you can see I moved all the old stuff onto the far right. So all of this over here is new. So it's working. It's just not working super fast. Right here we've got a sugarcane farm. This is fully automatic. We use a bud switch to detect. There's a little hidden one back here, and I can actually, I've been meaning to check and make sure that this still works in 1.12. Yep. There you go. So whenever that guy grows, he sends out a signal which destroys everything else, because, you know, we can't make like super high-tech clocks because we don't have comparators, so we had to get like smart with it. So that then grows and it destroys, and then all of our sugarcane gets placed in here, which, you know, there's not very much because I keep turning it into paper and then selling it over at the villager house trading hall. This is gonna be a long episode. We're doing a world tour. It's gonna be amazing. So anyway, this all gets automatically sorted. This is the same thing that we saw over there. It's very similar. Right above us, we actually have, that's the kill chamber for both a below and above thing. We're not in peaceful, right? No. So down here is a slime farm. Oh, there you go. Okay, slime farm. So the slime spawn, slime farm, pretty standard stuff. Going to the water stream eventually. Then they get taken up. This was all made before slimes could swim up. So we had to essentially escalator them all the way up. And then right at the very end, right as we were almost done with it, they did get the ability to swim. So it made it a little bit easier, and we just at the very end, right. So the slimes are killed in a chamber right here, which is what all these hoppers are for. So you can see that we've got a ton of slime. And then the chamber, because, you know, it's just a giant water thing that slimes drown in. Oh, we could even see some particle effects there. Also causes a lot of squid to spawn, which then serves as our squid farm. We've covered this tower, that tower, this tower. We've got this last tower, which will also be really nice to get us into the nether. So this tower has some pretty cool stuff with it. Also, this carpet here is, I don't think I have it on any of the other three yet. It is underneath this carpet, and hopefully I can grab it before it falls out of the world. Yes, underneath the carpet, it's actually just void. It's string, and void. We, the player, can walk on top of the carpet, no problem. It has collision. But mobs see this as being a hole to the void. Oh, looks like some of our stairs glitched out. So, oh man, my heart skipped a beat. I thought I was just about to die. So the mobs can't walk over top of this because they just see it as an infinite hole, but like we the player know that it's not. So anyway, we see that there's some tripwire hooks here with some, right, we'll come back to that in a second. We'll first come up and over here. What we've got here is this, I'm not sure what I want to do with this space yet. I like it, it's nice, it's clean, but there's not a whole lot to do here other than interact with our iron golem farm. So right above me, there is, and like I can come back a little bit and take a look. There's an iron golem farm. You can see it right there. You can see some of the villagers off on the side. So there's an iron golem farm spawning iron golems, which is why this tower is themed with the iron golem statue on front. The iron golems spawn, they die, their items are automatically sorted with another sorting system very similar to the two we've already seen. We kill the iron golems with cactus, but we also use that cactus as a cactus farm. So we also get cactus out of our iron golem farm, and that's just great. So the nether, and this is the last thing that we want to look at, and this is the most recent project that we've been working on. We have a button that automatically creates a nether portal. This is just to prevent like zombie pigmen from constantly spawning in our world. The tripwire hook right here basically triggers the dispenser there, which sends out some water, which destroys the portal. Ensuring that we, the player, never really have to worry about it. And we can also do the same with the button here, and does the exact same thing. So anyway, and we've got this on the side filled with fire charges, super sneaky, and yeah, that's how that works. Let's pop into the nether! Here we are. So we've got two main, well, two and a half builds in the nether. This one's about to be super, I mean, we don't need this anymore, right? So this is our very, very old school, rudimentary gold farm. So you can see that there's a zombie pigman right there. I could maybe shoot him. Maybe shoot him. No promises, YouTube. Okay, there we go. Oh, take aim. Oh. Okay, well, we shot him. That aggroed him, which caused all the other zombie pigmen to jump out of the farm trying to come down here and kill us. But they couldn't because, well, they fell to their deaths. I'm going to keep the gold, get rid of the zombie flesh. So that's old. What's new? This is new. So what is this? And this is what we're going to probably need to work on next episode. I know I said we were probably done in the nether, but we do have to at least make an appropriate nether portal and not stand on a one-wide bridge over the void, right? So this is our new Nether Mob Farm, and it's great. It's fully automatic. It handles zombie pigmen, it handles blaze, it handles endermen, it handles both types of skeletons, both wither and regular. I mean, it's lovely. I really like how this thing came together. I wasn't too confident in it in the very beginning, but by the end, I was very, very satisfied. So we can see what's happening. What's happening is mobs will spawn up in that area that we were just in, up above. They then trigger some tripwire and some more, you know, because we can't make super fancy things, right? So they trigger some tripwire hooks, and that then shifts the floor out from underneath them, which then causes them all to fall. They then fall down here, where there's a clock running a crusher to kill all of the, oh wait, well this is a problem. This is something that we'll need to fix at some point. Not today, when this is just World Tour. But you get the idea. So they come in here, they die, and then we get their items dropped into this, well, onto the furnaces, or not furnaces, but the hoppers, and then they fill up our chest here. So I mean, pretty great, man, pretty great. I'm super happy. I'm really happy with how this thing came together. Might need some, we just finished this project, so there might need to be some changes made. Obviously, again, this giant spiral staircase is ridiculous. We are working above the void. It's like OSHA would have a field day with us. This is like super unsafe work environments. But, you know, it is what it is. We just finished construction. We haven't even really finished the beta test of it to make sure it works. You know, oh, hey, look, see, I gotta do like weird jumps and stuff. It's terrible. It's terrible. And yeah, you can see here, this is all the hooks and the shifting floor and the everything to fall down, and then, right. So yeah, this has been our world. It took us 50 episodes to make this, and I feel like that's super, like, I think that's awesome. I think each episode we make great progress, and I think that each episode has been wonderful and unique and great. I'm so happy with what we've been able to make here. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this world tour, and like, thank you again so much to the people that have supported me as we've worked on this world. Without those patrons, man, we wouldn't, this world wouldn't exist. Not anymore. Not anymore. I don't think that there's going to be another 50 episodes in this world. Eventually, this world will end. We have essentially 5 towers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the tower in the Nether. And once those 5 towers are done, we're gonna retire it. I'll put the map up. We'll probably make the world available for download, and we'll also use the world as we have a patron Minecraft fan server that we're working on, and we'll probably use this world as the Skyblock hub for that world. So it won't go away, it'll change. So yeah, but that's it. That's the end of the episode. Episode 51, we'll be back to regularly scheduled Skyblock. We'll be finishing our projects, getting some work done. And once this world, and I'll just say it now, once this world does end, we'll be starting Season 3 of the Minecraft Let's Play, which hopefully will be the forever Let's Play. So anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.